onto McAllister. What a strike!
And Salah's wriggling in and scoring.
This is Stuart Dallas. And that is sensational.
Hello everyone and welcome to another podcast on the Centre Circle, and today is a very special podcast because we have a panel supporting us from a variety of clubs. So let's get underway and we'll start with Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby and I support Man United.
Hi, I'm Alex. I support Crystal Palace. I support them because they're my local club and my dad supported them as well. So
I'm Simon, I'm a Spurs fan, and I've been a Spurs fan since I was 6 because of Glenn Hoddle, who I now really find it hard to listen to during commentary.
My name's Louise, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm an only child, so my dad forced me to go to the football from the age of 7, and my first game was Chelsea v Stoke, and we lost 2-1 in 1994.
Cool, and my name is Dante Grant, who is your host for today's podcast. And I've been an Arsenal fan since probably the days of Podolski, Santi Cazorla, and I'd probably say my family members inspired me to become an Arsenal fan. So, on today's show, we'll be selecting our joint Premier League team of the season, so there'll be a lot of players up for debate, and there could be some players that controversially could miss out. Then we'll have a Q&A with our panel, so there'll be a couple of questions that you guys are putting on Instagram. Oh yeah, don't forget to follow us _centre_circle. If I'm correct, it'll be on the screen. And also, we'll have our very own quiz, so the panel will have 30 seconds to name as many players as possible. But first, a word from the sponsor. This week, we are promoting our local five-a-side team from our guest Alex Byford, UNDL. So Alex, I believe you're looking for more players for your five-a-side team.
yes, in fact we are. We're looking for more players, specifically a goalkeeper. We need someone who's a great shot stopper, very reliable, will turn up every week. So please, get in contact at UNDLFC on Instagram. Thank you.
So as a group, we have gone away and decided our Premier League team this season. So let's start with the goalkeeper. So Abby, who have you decided as your goalkeeper?
For my first kind of up, I got Alisson, obviously very good. He's got 20 clean sheets for this season. And then backup, I had Henderson. He's also got 20 clean sheets. Arguably, I wanted to put kind of De Gea in there just because obviously Man United. He's the most appeared kind of goalkeeper as well this season. But is he the best? Probably not. That's who I've got.
So have you gone for Alisson as first choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your second choice was Edison.
Yeah.
Cool. Alex, what's your goalkeeper?
So first choice, it has to be Aaron Ramsdale. I think he's pulled it through, saved them numerous times, and due to Arsenal's leaky defence, he's just been there for them, saving them every time.
That's who I put as well.
Yeah.
Put Ramsdale. I think
As your first choice?
it's,
keeper?
yeah, it's my first choice. I thought he's done really well coming from Sheffield United and Bournemouth. He's young, he's only 24. He's knocking on the door to be England's number 1. He's got 12 clean sheets out of 33. And I think some of the obvious choices were Alisson. Thought about Mendy potentially, but yeah, I think in the end I went for Ramsdale.
So in terms of the Ramsdale situation, wouldn't you say that because he's been relegated with Bournemouth and Sheffield United, that's been that's a red flag because a lot of people, including myself, thought Ramsdale might not do well because of his recent record with relegations. So
how do you think he's been this year?
Ramsdale's been really good. Obviously, the 12 clean sheets he's made, incredible saves. But obviously, my keeper would be Alisson because of how Liverpool have been. They're obviously going for the quadruple this season. So yeah, you said
Yeah, I had Alisson. Ramsdale's nowhere near my team. He's far too blonde and confident and
Young.
And young.
Like him all the time.
Attractive. Yes, no, sack him off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Alisson, great tattoos as well. Better shot stopper than Edison, I would say. Just that edge over Edison for me.
Cool. Okay, so Abby's Alisson, you're Ramsdale. I'm Alisson. You're Addison.
Ramsdale. But I don't think you can argue with Alisson being the number 1 goal.
But Ramsdale's been a good shout for the season. So our goalkeeper for the team this season is Alisson from Liverpool. So let's go to the right back. So what is everyone's suggestions for right back? Louise, you want to go first?
Reece James.
Reece James?
Yeah.
Because you support Chelsea, maybe, or is it?
I mean, you can't deny he's arguably one of the best players in the Premier League and potentially going to be future England captain, probably be future Chelsea captain as well. I think he's an absolute beast. Gives his everything on the pitch, every game. I've never seen him not put in 100%. And for me, it would be a mistake to not have him in there, I think.
Tom, what do you think? Would you agree with that?
Reece James, yeah, I think he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The only problem with him this season is his amount of appearances, which Trent Alexander-Arnold gets the nod for me because he's had more games. I think Reece James' hamstrings are weaker than a referred pass admission. 6 assists this season for Reece James, 4 yellows, 1 red though. So he's a bit stronger and a bit more aggressive in the tackle. But yeah, Trent 12 assists.
And Louise, I could understand why you maybe gone Reece James because he's very good attacking wise, he's good defensive wise, and with Trent, people think that because he might not defend, people will get at him out of their Liverpool's fullback. So personally, I did go for Trent because of his great crossing ability. Like it's ridiculous, 12 assists this season. So and is obviously nominated for Young Player and Player of the Season. So
on my list, I've got. You could have James as left back and Trent Alexander as right back, so you could potentially try
has Reece James played left back for Chelsea?
Yeah, he could play left back. Yeah.
Fair enough.
They're trying to make him a kind of across the back four. Really.
And that's the thing, because Reece James can play as a back three and like a centre back, and then he can also play like right wing back as well.
Exactly.
How old is he, Reece James? You know?
Oh, he's young.
Reece James is 21, 22, I
Yeah,
think.
he's only just
22.
yeah, he's only
That's amazing.
yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Because he's part of the whole like that FA Youth Cup type team that come through, like Mount and Rice and James and Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Should have kept that team.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
Abby, who do you think is right back?
I went for Trent Alexander-Arnold
Trent
as well because of his abilities, and his kind of 12 assists is really high. And I mean, for backup, I went for Walker actually. You know, 70% tackle success. He's very strong on the pitch. I would say he's a bit of a force to be reckoned with. You know, he's present. So that was who I had as backup, but my overall was Trent Alexander.
What do you think, Alex? You agree with Abby as well?
No, I can't believe this name hasn't been said. João Cancelo. What a beast he is. Up and down the pitch, getting those crosses in, defending as well. And he's 87 rated on FIFA. Compared to Reece James, 84.
No, you're right. If FIFA's saying it, that's
but
it.
you know what? The only reason I haven't said João Cancelo right back because I had him as a backup left back.
I've got him as my left back.
Which was your left back. So
Yeah.
moving on to left back. Obviously, I have my left back's Robertson, but because you said Cancelo, there's more of a conversation of who should go in. Cancelo or maybe Robertson. So, Louise, what do you think?
I went for Robertson as my backup. Yeah, I think doing a bit of research last night, and that was the name that kept popping up personally. So yeah, so I would definitely go for Robertson.
And also, he's probably one of the best left backs in the league, if not the world, if anything. Like competing for 4 trophies as well. So that's what I think.
Seems very Liverpool heavy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very.
What do you put
Bloody
for left back?
I've gone Cancelo, 7 assists this season, which is just behind Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson as well. Robertson's a great defender, up and down the pitch all game, but Cancelo is just, if I was picking a team based on flair and creativity, then he's so comfortable on the ball. He's got one of the most pass success rates in the Premier League as well, and he scores goals. He's just good all rounder. But then, like my second choice was Cucurella at Brighton, who I thought he's had such a good first season. And he's only young as well, so hopefully he gets a move to a bigger club maybe.
We'll see. That's not happening. Abby, Abby, you said Cancelo's left back.
Yeah.
Abby, would you say what you said Robertson?
Yeah, I'll go Robertson.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think Robertson will be as our left back. So moving on to like our right centre back and our left centre back. So Louise, we can start with you.
I'll give you both at the same time. So I've gone
gone
for Rudiger and Van Dijk at the back.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, thank you, Dante. Pleased to meet your approval. Yeah, I think I think it's a strong back two partnership. I think they're both beasts, and I think Rudiger's gone to Real Madrid for what, 450 grand a week.
Wow.
So I think that. I mean, yes, he's on a free, but I think that shows what his worth is in the marketplace at the moment. And Van Dijk's probably one of the best players in the world at the moment. So, if not,
would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say probably. I think Rudiger's got enough money to visit your merchandise store as well. I'm sure you'll plug later. I'd imagine.
Yes, we will definitely plug later.
Good.
100%.
I've gone for Romero because I'm biased, and plus he's been absolutely amazing. Without him this season, Spurs would be mid-table. He's
Conte's got him playing well, actually.
He's so good on the ball. He's so aggressive, and we rarely have a player like that at Spurs. So it's good for him to be in my team anyway. Tackle success rate is 84%, which is higher than Van Dijk. It's higher than anybody that you're going to choose. So to me, he's like, for a first season as well, he has to be in your team, otherwise I will leave the set.
Wow. Well, Romero is not in my team.
Oh.
So oh, right, okay. What do you go for as your centre backs?
Right, so I had Diaz first of all, Matic as my backup.
Matip, you say?
Matic from Man United.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Does Matic play centre back for Man United?
Yeah.
Really?
He's like I don't know. I just like him. I think he's quick. Although he's not made that many appearances for this season at all. But then I had Van Dijk as well.
Yeah.
I think
most
he's a
of us can
no-brainer.
agree that Van Dijk's in our team. It's more like that right centre back that we're all like debating about. Alex, what do you think?
For me, I've gone with something different, very different. Looking at the stats recently, it's got to be Joachim Andersen and Mark Guehi.
What is going on?
Are your glasses because you're drunk?
You have to give us an insight on Anderson and Guehi. You have to.
I saw this very interesting fact. Across the top 7 leagues since the 1st of February, the least amount of goals conceded. The top 10, Crystal Palace with 0.61 goals conceded since 1st of February.
But where are they in the league?
Listen, the league doesn't matter.
Well, the league doesn't matter to Palace fans. There you go. So yeah, I said for what I said about John Matic with Liverpool, because even though he's not like the big name, he's been very underrated this season. I think if anything, Liverpool fans could maybe say that Matic has been better than Van Dijk because of his runs into the box, like his driving runs. Obviously, 17 clean sheets, and his range of pass is also ridiculous. It's also like the same level as Van Dijk as well. So Van Dijk is definitely in the team. So we need to agree on the right centre back.
So you've got Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander on the left, Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. We just need
And then Mark Guehi in the.
My dad would agree with you. He was furious when Chelsea sold him.
Exactly. Got him on the bargain.
Chelsea youth team in terms of the whole in that whole kind of era as well.
Exactly.
How much did they get for?
18.
Yeah, 18, 20,
million,
something like that.
Oh, okay, so it was quite a big fee.
Yeah.
It's been worthwhile.
Yeah, in terms of where he's
I mean, I don't think he gets in the team, but I take your point on board.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
I'd like to campaign for Rudiger.
You'd like to go for Rudiger?
Yeah, he's got him in his backup.
Yeah.
Better than Matic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think it is between Rudiger, Matip, and you said Romero. And based on the fact we can't decide, we might have to leave it to the comments on YouTube.
Oh, good.
We might have to. So, guys, leave in the comment section below who do you think should be at right centre back, either Joel Matip, Antonio Rudiger, or Romero of Tottenham. So let's go into the midfield. So we all picked our centre defensive.
Have we got a left back?
Left back, we've got.
We've got Cancelo.
We said Robertson.
Robertson. Okay.
We said
Just
Robertson.
writing it down
Cool.
so I can keep an eye on what you're doing.
Nice.
So at the moment, so goalkeeper Alisson, right back we got Trent, left back we got Robertson, centre backs we got Van Dijk, and then the right centre back we'll leave to the comments on YouTube. So
Nice.
let's go for the midfield. Let's start with that CDM position. So Abby, would you like to start with that?
So I went for Rice.
I thought you were going to go for Matic again.
Matic again. So I've got Matic. No, I went for Rice, and then for my backup, I had Kante.
Okay, that's a good shout. To be honest, if I'm being totally honest, sorry Louise,
No.
I don't think Kante has lived up to expectations.
I would agree with you this season. I think he's been
he's
unfit
not-
for a lot of it. No, I would go Rice more than Kante.
Yeah. I think he's been a bit overshadowed this season, but I think Rice has definitely kind of proven himself more. His tackles are really good. He's quick. He's clean. He's got good passing. definitely.
So on Declan Rice, do you think he'll stay at West Ham, or do you think he'll go to like a big club next
I
summer?
think he'll go to a bigger
Don't
club.
tell West Ham that you've called them not a big club there.
Sorry.
your Instagram fans are going to be
Yeah,
furious.
Like he was offered an 8-year contract, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But yeah, so Sam, what do you think for CDM?
I really love Declan Rice. I think he's a very special player, and he just sort of glides around the pitch, making tackles and passes well. He's great. But I think for me, it's Rodri and Fabinho. I know we're very Man City, Liverpool heavy here. It's between them. I think Rodri scored 6 goals this season. He's had only 1 assist, but 92 pass accuracy from 2,723 passes. That he's just constantly on the ball for Man City. He makes them tick. So if you give the ball to him, you know you're in safe hands, and that's so important for defensive midfield. So yeah, he's just a bit cleverer than Fabinho. Fabinho, we all know him as a bit of a dirty player, whereas Rodri never gets mentioned as a dirty player, but he's still capable of making those sort of break-up challenges. So Rodri for me.
I like your suggestion of Rodri, but I did go for Fabinho as my CDM because I just think he's just protected that back four in the way he does, and the reason why Liverpool haven't conceded as many goals as they have is because of him personally. So Alex, what do you think?
All I've seen in this team this season is a top 4 bias. I think there should be Conor Gallagher.
I got Gallagher.
Thank you.
Yeah,
They're
Gallagher.
complete.
I'm in for Gallagher.
Okay, give us a go on.
I didn't know if
box
I
to
wouldn't
box.
put him in a CDM position necessarily, but I didn't know we were doing it like that. But for me, I put Gallagher
Yeah, because
in.
who's got? Okay, guys, just to let you know, we are going 4-4-2, so we're gonna go.
That information would have been useful.
We should.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So 4-4-2. So we have the 2 midfielders, then we have the 2 wingers, and then we go for the 2 strikers. So you said Conor Gallagher.
Has to be.
There's some
Box
I'm
to
going
box.
for Gallagher and all.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Midfield.
Yeah, box to box, complete midfielder, can attack, defend, break up play. Put him in a City squad, he's shining.
Put him back in the Chelsea squad.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
Chelsea
exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, if we have to agree on a player, it has to be in between Fabinho and Declan Rice for me.
Then Rice.
All
You
I
have to go
say.
Rice.
That's good, Declan
Rice.
Declan Rice, yeah.
Declan Rice,
Cool
he's
guys. So
just
CDM, yeah.
not the guy.
Not happy.
He's just Jack Grealish in CDM basically. That's all
Wow.
Declan Rice is. Just
I was gonna say,
That's all I see.
he's just got. They've both got the same hair now.
I was going to say,
haven't
yeah,
they?
and they've got the same haircut as well, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. You
Okay,
could
so
like
Conor Gallagher's
interchangeable.
more interested in his hair.
Wow. Okay, cool. So we'll go to the next midfielder, so we can go more of an attacking option. So what have you guys gone for, Louise? We'll start with you.
Well, my midfield's packed with goals, but I guess the person I'm going to go for is for Mount.
You gonna go for Mount?
I'm going to go for Mount. Yes, my bias is showing through, but I think he's consistently plays well. He gets a lot of stick online from a lot of people, and I just think it's completely unnecessary. He's got 11 goals, 10 assists. Yes, he missed a penalty on Sunday, but anyone can,
Unfortunate. But
anyone can miss a penalty on the day. So for me, I'm going for Mount, but I've also got Saka and Ronaldo. So so I've got some people to play around with here.
Yeah. Abby, what do you think?
You know who I'm gonna go for.
Don't
Ronaldo.
Matic.
Matic, yes. I am going to go for Matic. Ronaldo, I mean, come on. He's come back. He's given us so many goals.
Isn't that more of like a striker option, do you think, instead of like a midfield option? Do you think?
I don't know.
She's got 2 good forwards already.
Yeah.
Oh, has she?
I don't know, I'd imagine.
Because
Oh, God.
Simon, if you what is your player
I had
for
Salah.
midfielder?
Mount would be my backup.
Yeah.
But De Bruyne
Yeah.
is centre attacking midfield, 15 goals, most from midfield in the Premier League, 7 assists, and he just creates so many chances. I love the fact that he left Chelsea to join a bigger team.
Oh, it was so great.
85
It was-
assists in the
yeah.
Premier League. That's
That's-
the nice
Well,
most of the
That's a
time.
different podcast that we could go into because there is a controversial thing about how Jose Mourinho sold all our best players. But that's another.
We sold a lot of Chelsea players.
A lot.
Salah, Mata.
Let's do another podcast.
Yeah, do another podcast
Yeah.
for that. So that's next episode. Yeah, your next episode.
Attacking, actually, no, I've got De Bruyne as well, and then my striker, I've got Ronaldo.
You got Ronaldo.
There
Cool.
we go.
Alex, who did you go for in that midfield?
No debate. Kevin De Bruyne. I don't see this vision about Mason Mount. This guy lost the last 5 finals in Wembley.
Just 6 finals.
6, yeah, make it 6 now.
finals.
This
6
guy,
finals.
he's a disgrace. Get this guy out.
Oh no.
Troll.
You're one of those internet trolls.
You've got like an an NFT as well on your Twitter profile. You do, don't you?
That is very unfortunate. But yeah, I'd say De Bruyne as well. And also, even though Mason Mount can be a troll, he has been very good for Chelsea this season. I think he's been integral to how Chelsea play. So I think, can we all agree on De Bruyne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
De Bruyne? Cool.
I agree.
So midfield, we go with De Bruyne. Let's go with left wing. Simon, what do you think?
Okay, I'm looking at my notes here.
Yes, you're looking at the notes.
Because it was the most difficult position for me. I'm going to go based on. I've changed my mind as I'm talking. So Mane would have been my first choice, but I'm going to change it to Foden, who's I just love watching him play. He just works so hard. Mane's brilliant, 15 goals a season, but he's more of an attacker. Foden just all-round ability, his touch, vision, awareness, control, his skill level. I'd much prefer, if I had 50 quid in my pocket to go and watch either of those, I'd choose Foden. So that's why I choose him.
Fair enough. Foden's a very good shout. Louise, what have you put?
I went for Saka. I thought I'm mugging myself off a bit for these Arsenal players that I'm putting in after last night. But I just thought I quite like his journey. Maybe from missing that penalty in the summer to coming back and doing really well. He's got 11 goals. Could have broken a young kid like that, and I don't think it has. I think it's moulded him into what's going to be a really good player.
Alex, what have you put? Don't say Zaha, because I know you want to say Zaha. Don't say Zaha.
No Saka, it is Zaha. He believes himself. He's the complete winger. Strong, athletic, got the skills, everything. He can beat anyone 1-to-1. He'll have them.
He looks quite miserable all of the time, though. Is he all right?
He is. I think he's just very passionate for the game, which.
Focused.
Yeah, exactly.
Frustrated losing on
Abby, what have you put?
I had Saka as well.
Yeah, Saka as well.
Yeah, I think he's just like where he's still so young, but he's so good. He's been through a lot, and he shows face every time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't sent one of your boys.
They're
Son.
coming.
I've got Son.
They're coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's Son.
We've got two people up front, right?
That is true. So
Yeah.
because Saka is in one of my backup options, but he's on the right wing, we can put Saka as left wing. Since most of us have said Saka, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
We're
agree.
making positions for him. Come on.
Abby said Saka.
Yeah.
Louise said Saka. I've had Saka in my team, but he wasn't at left wing. But
What's these stats? What have we got?
11 goals.
11 goals.
Zaha's got 11 as well.
Goals in an average team. I guess that's pretty good. But what does he contribute
Fall
like the
short.
rest of the time? What does he do?
Yeah.
What's he good at? 'Cause I don't
I
really
mean,
watch
he's good.
Arsenal.
I mean, he's good at going at players. He's one of those players where because he's left-footed, he can go on his right and
Is he
he's
better
on-
than Zaha for doing that though?
100%.
Because Saka goes at players and then he seems to stop and come back and bounce it backwards. Zaha
No,
goes through it with like triple
but
up.
because
Exactly.
but the reason why he's getting so far because he's a really good player and he's playing for Arsenal as well, so it's a big profile club as well, and he's nominated for Player of the Season and nominated for Young Player of the Season.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
is Zaha in that conversation?
100%.
Oh, well,
This is his top 4 bias here.
oh, wow. Cool. So let's go on to right wing. So I know we said Saka. So what would be our right wing option? I'd like to start. I think we all can agree. Mohamed Salah.
I agree.
Yeah.
No question about it. I
Maybe.
think he's like top scorer in the Premier League this season, and
100%.
What was the quote he said though this week about how good he was? Did you see that?
no,
Did anyone else
No,
see
I
it?
haven't seen that.
I think he just said like he's the best player in his team and he's the best player in his position in the whole world. It made him very dislikable in an
In
instant.
that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so good.
Are you doing manager?
Oh.
You should.
you can get a manager,
Okay, just
but we still have to go through the strikers.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I just came to me.
Oh, yeah,
Should we
cool.
have a manager?
We can
conversation?
definitely go through managers. Your man could be in there, but you never know. But anyway, so Salah's in the team. No doubt about that. Cool. What about Jared Bowen of West Ham?
Ooh, that's a shout.
Good shout. He's in my backups.
Yeah.
He's got
Because he's in my backup.
Yeah.
his stats.
Comes away from that top 4 bias that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Biford
12
got going
goals.
about over
Yeah,
here.
12 goals. Is that more than Saka?
It is.
It is.
I think it is, yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
10 assists as well, so he's joint third in the league for a player at West Ham.
Exactly.
He's done incredible.
And let's
Very
hope
good.
West Ham get to Europa League semi-final,
Yeah.
which is
Exactly.
unfortunate they didn't get to the final, but oh well.
Did you want to swap Saka out then for?
That's a lovely suggestion.
Yeah.
Should we?
Would
What
you
do
take?
think?
I think Saka. I personally, but based on the fact I said Saka is back up for right wing, but then you put Saka for left wing, it's kind of debatable.
So I'd say Kulusevski now has a shout, considering
He
he's
does,
got
to be fair.
more assists than Saka will in the next.
So okay, so just to confirm, we definitely put in Mohamed Salah as right wing. So we're debating over Saka
Saka.
and Jared Bowen
Yeah.
at left wing now. But we've also got Son in there as well.
No, he's a forward now, isn't
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely. I've got some. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So we'll have to leave that to the comments as well. Then, do you think?
Go for it.
Unless we can agree right now.
But then I think if we're leaving that to comments, I think we've got to go back and put Rudiger in that. That.
As a
No, but we
question.
had three centre back options though. If you think about it, so.
All right, fine. It's your podcast.
You've angered a guest.
It's fine. No.
It's very unfortunate, people, but oh well. So let's go to the let's go to the anticipated strikers. So Simon, what have you got?
Let everybody else go first, because I think we know who
Yeah.
should be. But
Yeah,
We know.
Abby, go on.
Ronaldo.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Ronaldo.
The old guy?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Moving around the pitch now.
No, do you know who we should get? We should get Harry to come in and do his like his
His
goal impression. Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously we've had a hard season again. Again, but I think he has brought the most goals and happiness to the team. And then are we doing second striker?
Yeah,
Or-
second. Yeah, two strikers. Yeah.
So I've changed because I did have Kane, but I'm gonna go with Son.
You're gonna go with Son.
Mhm.
Alex, what are you going for? Do you agree with Abby, or are you?
Yeah, I agree with Abby. Ronaldo, he's not even Ronaldo can save United at this rate. But
No,
It
it brings a bit of happiness to it,
I mean, scoring 18 goals this season.
Yeah.
37.
At 37, people thought that was his bad season. So,
Yeah, no, it's like-
So, that's ridiculous. So, you say
Gotta
Ronaldo?
be.
I say Kane and Son.
You're saying Kane? So
Yeah.
you're not putting Ronaldo in your
Nah,
team?
as much as I love him, Kane and Ronaldo. Kane, especially with his passing range,
Yeah.
and he's just a complete striker. He can hold the ball up, get those tight angles in, score. Simple.
Would you agree? Simon?
Yeah, I'm Kane and Son. Not because I'm biased, obviously, but
Yeah.
Kane didn't start the season well, and I think it took him about 3 months to score. And I think the flirting with Man City didn't help him. But his overall vision, awareness, strength, and now he just manages to win a lot of free kicks. He's just very clever around the pitch, and his striking ability there's nobody better. I think he's on that level of Lewandowski, Benzema.
Mbappe.
He's better than Mbappe
Yeah.
for me. But Mbappe's
I
good
agree.
at being strong and quick, but Kane, he's got vision of Hoddle and
Exactly.
the striking ability of, and nobody I've seen before, left foot, right foot, head. He's very good. He can't take a free kick, but he is very good. Bit greedy.
You say he's greedy?
Yeah, he's had 120 shots this season and 16 goals, which is not brilliant, but I think Ronaldo, Kane and Salah as well, all three have got the most amount of shots in the league. And obviously teams are told play to your best player to shoot, but I think sometimes you see Kane shoot, he goes wide and you see Son like stick his head down and just pass the ball. So he is a bit frustrating at times, but I wouldn't have anybody else. And off that, Jota and
Yeah, I was just about to say, Jota is my backup.
he's
100%.
great.
Yeah.
What a signing.
We're not talking about Lukaku or
No. Have you seen Lukaku's touch recently?
No, I don't have anybody in my team either.
Like, literally. So we can agree. So Ronaldo, I think 100%, and it's between Kane and Son. So
I've only gone between Ronaldo and Son and definitely Kane.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah. But I've got Kane, Son, and Ronaldo in my team.
Kane, Son, and Ronaldo.
So I think you should definitely have Kane in, and then decide between Son and Ronaldo.
Okay, cool. So Son or Ronaldo? Son or Ronaldo? Son or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Oh, you got the answer.
Shall I leave it to the comments, or to be honest, with Ronaldo, because he's performed so well for United, even though they've had a bad season, Son has also performed well. I don't think he scored a pen. He's got like 21 goals, and hasn't scored a pen, and has got Tottenham almost to the Champions League. So, and Ronaldo's won 2 Player of the Month as well throughout the season.
top 3.
and and because he's in my team, I probably have to base it off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Just remember who's marking your work.
That's fine. That's very unfortunate. So guys, so down below is our Premier League team this season. Let us know down below on Instagram, on YouTube, what you think about our Premier League team this season. So let us get into our next advert, and that is from myself, us, Centre Circle. So we have opened up our very own shop, so you can find a cap, you can find a hoodie, you can find all sorts. You can even get an autograph by yours truly. So feel free to DM me on Instagram at _centre_circle, and you can get one of those items. And yeah. So it's time for Q&A time. So you guys have sent in your questions via Instagram. So we're about to go through them now. So the first question is from Aaron.Lynch03, and he said thoughts on Arsenal's form this season compared to last season. So because I'm an Arsenal fan, it's probably best if I answer the question first. In terms of Arsenal, based on the fact we finished 8th last season and we've just missed out on top 4 this season, you could say there's progression. But at the same time, based on the fact we've been in top 4 for so long this season, I think I'd say we're disappointed as a club, because we didn't have European football. You guys had European football, Chelsea had European football, even United had European football. So to think that now next season United's going to go in with Ten Hag, we'll get into Ten Hag in a bit. Chelsea's going to upgrade with more signings. Tottenham with Conte, they're going to strengthen in depth as well. So I just think we've just missed out in terms of upgrading to a better club for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So yeah, Alex, what do you think about Arsenal?
No, yeah, they definitely progressed, which is good for them. They brought in more youth, which they needed as they had a very aging squad. And 8th last season compared to now, which is 5th. So yeah, definitely better. At least it's European football.
Avi, what do you think?
I think the fact that you're doing better as a club than Man United, I think says a lot. I would agree with Alex. You've got a lot of kind of new young players in. They're hungry, and I do think you've done quite well. Although, like you said, you had more to focus on without the European football, and you kind of dropped the ball a little, I think. But
it's unfortunate.
You had me running scared about 2 weeks ago, thinking you're going to be the top London club, I've got to say. But thank you for being Arsenal and doing what you do every year. So ultimately, you think about it's not really a surprise. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on Arteta, because what has he done? He's got money, like you said, he's had time. When does it become untenable for him?
I think it was untenable last season, to be honest, because when he lost in Europa League semi-final and the way we did, I did say he should have left. But because we've given him this season, he's also extended his contract, which I thought was a bit, I was confused by that, because at the time we hadn't secured top 4, and if we didn't secure top 4, then we maybe could have pulled the trigger on him and said, hey, you have to go, because it's been like 3 seasons now and you haven't got us to where we're supposed to be for the long term. So in terms of Arteta, I would say it was disappointing to see him get the contract, but I understand for the long term. So if he didn't perform well next season up until like Christmas, then I'll 100% pull the trigger on him. But so yeah.
Who would you have to take over?
See, the thing is that I think
I've heard about that.
The thing is, it's too early for Vieira, so there's not really. That's the thing. There's not really much managers out there.
He's doing well for Palace, though.
He's doing well for Palace, but what you don't want is to ruin someone's legacy, and it's very ugly. So no, not a chance. He's fighting relegation with Everton, which is very unfortunate. But but in terms of Arteta, I think it's been quite a disappointing season based on where we were throughout most of the season.
I think we've had 3 seasons with him now, 8th and potentially 5th.
But we have won the FA. We did win the FA Cup and the Community Shield in this first season.
Portsmouth won the FA Cup.
That's the thing.
FA Cup was first time. But 450 million spent from Arsenal over 3 seasons. It's a lot of money on a lot of average players.
Yeah.
But to give them some sort of credit, good young players. Emile Smith-Rowe looks good. Saka's good. Martinelli looks good as well, but I don't know about the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think with Arsenal we're just lacking experience. I think we've got a lot of players that were under 24, so I think we just need to add a couple more experienced players to help us endure for long term. So, this question is for you. So, next question is for Alex, and it is by Termi Samias on Instagram. Thank you, my friend. The question is, what have you made of Vieira's first season at Crystal Palace, and what young players should we look out for next season?
Wow, Vieira's first season at Palace, great season. I'm looking very forward to the next future seasons, so it should be good. He's bringing in a lot of youth. He's got that Vieira pool, which Roy Hodgson didn't have. And he's attracting a lot of great players like Michael Olise, one to watch out for next season. He's coming off the bench, getting his goals and assists, which are vital. And yeah, it's great.
So where do you think Palace should be aiming to reach for next season?
Next season, top 10, definitely.
Top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
I'd like to see Palace in Europe.
100%,
For their fans.
Yeah,
Their fans are brilliant.
Exactly, I agree.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Cool. Everyone agree with Vieira at Palace? He's done
Yeah,
well.
he's well. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So Abby, questions for you. It's also from Termi Samias on Instagram, and he said, was it worth sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this season, and what are your expectations for next season with Ten Hag?
It's hard, isn't it? Because I think like there's been so much disruption within like the manager's side of things for the past kind of like 2 seasons, 3 even, and I think there's a part where I'm like, oh, he was doing really well in the beginning of his like managing position, but I think he just kind of lost the ball. I think players lost respect for him massively. He couldn't kind of control the team. I think you had like players like Pogba and Fred who were almost like obviously
when you lose the dressing room, everybody's big
100%. Like obviously disagreement on pitch, and I think in a way it was the right thing, kind of sacking him, because we just lost so many times, and there was like even if we didn't lose, it was only a draw, and it was like just kept going down and down. I'm hoping next season we bring in some new younger players. Definitely, I think we've got Hannibal at the moment. He's only kind of gone on, I think, like once or twice, but he's showed like real determination. And I think we've got players that have been there a while and maybe got a bit stagnant.
Like Matic.
Yes, Matic. Definitely. I think like players like Pogba, I think might be time to move on. Yeah.
He's been a horrendous side.
Yeah. So bad, and it just lack of care. I would say doesn't want to be there, and I think he's made that obvious for a long time. And I think if we just swap him in for someone, even if they're not that experienced, just giving them that kind of chance. But yeah.
So how long do you think we should give Ten Hag at United then?
I think we should. I think so far, I mean, we haven't won. I think. How long has it been now? Like
maybe since Europa League with Mourinho, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I can remember.
Like it's been a long time, and do you know what, I was discussing this with my stepdad actually, that like obviously Man United was such a the top team for so long. You can't be that top team forever, and you're gonna have to go through
You don't
periods.
get the mind right to win it.
Exactly, 100%. You've got to give other people the chance, and I think like there's been so much disruption, and I think giving him the chance to be the manager and get the team used to him and kind of seeing how it goes, and just kind of, I guess, just having the same person for long enough, some stability. So I think we keep him.
And a new style as well. Like Man United need a style of play.
They've got nothing about them really in terms of how they play.
No, it changes every time, and it's. I guess like we're back in that phase of like trying to figure everything out again.
Ten Hag at Ajax, they from under 9s up to their first team, they play the same formation, and every player knows their role.
Yeah.
So if Man United could have them for the next 5 years and play that same formation, same style, they might have an identity again.
Who needs a chance to build his own team?
100%. Yeah, I think almost like you need to like cull it and like start fresh.
Yeah, he might as well just change the Ajax team and just swap Man United. But yeah, so next question is for Simon and Louise. I'm looking forward to this question.
Oh, join.
And it is
Do you know
from
what this question is?
no. It's from Gene, and it's from Jeans Made It. Thank you, bro. On Instagram, and he says, "Who is going to be the best London team next season, Spurs or Chelsea?"
Ooh, I can't answer that in a way that if my dad ever heard me say it, he'd like strip my name of Gaskin. I think, I think I'll go first because once you start, you almost stop talking. It's hard. We're in a very, very difficult position. Will we even be a London club next season? At the moment, we don't even know if our deal is going to go through. So I can't imagine us not having that. But do I rate Todd Bowley? No, he looks a bit of a melt. So do I think we're going to pick the right players? I don't know. If we keep Tuchel and we get rid of Lukaku and we get rid of the players that don't want to be here anymore, we get some decent players in. I'd go for a Lukaku Kane swap if we'd be interested in that.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I mean, we've done well in a difficult season. However, Conte is a top manager, and he should have been our manager longer than he was. You've got some brilliant players. You've got arguably a better squad than us. Depends how we buy. I think it's up in the air.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I wouldn't say we've got that much of a better squad than Chelsea. Chelsea have just got a lot of very good professional players, but that could completely change over the summer. So this could be a bit of a transitional season for Chelsea, which is
They're
why
calling
I
us
think
charity FC because we just keep like giving away goals and like losing to teams we shouldn't be, and we never were a bottler team ever, and we are bottling it at the minute. Yeah, we need a better frame of mind, and obviously Abramovich brought that kind of winning mentality in. This bloke don't look like a winner to me.
You know, with Chelsea, based on the fact that you got signed Lukaku, do you think it's a failure based on the fact all pundits are saying you lot should be challenging for the league and you are 15 points off?
Yeah, no, it's a massive failure. The whole Lukaku signing is a complete disaster.
So
yeah, and the Carling Cup. Well, not
Carling
Cup.
Carling Cup.
1997. Yeah, no.
What's the cup?
What is the cup?
What is a cup?
What is a cup? Don't know what is it. Yeah.
No idea.
I don't know. We have won every cup. We won I know it's a fake trophy, but we won the World Club Cup Championship.
That's a big trophy.
It was a brilliant day for me and my family, and it was great. I'm glad we won that. But generally, Premier League speaking, domestically, I think we've had a really disappointing season. You've got Lukaku, who's to blame. Our owner's been sanctioned. We've been sold. Our manager's clearly going through something a bit emotionally. We've got players that can't get themselves on the pitch of an FA Cup day, whether you agree that or not, that we've got these mental health. We've got our best. We've had James and Chilwell been injured. Conte's injured.
Yeah.
We've gone toe to toe with Liverpool. They beat us on dodgy pens. Maybe, who knows? But what do you think about Tottenham?
I think depending if they can beat Norwich on the last game of the season, and it would be very Spurs-like if they failed to do that.
It's called Spursy, by the way.
Arsenal have been very Spursy lately. So if they can do that and get into Champions League, we've got a fantastic stadium, training. Hopefully we can start paying similar wages to Chelsea and Arsenal. I think these guys spend like 100, 200 million pound more a season on wages. So we're always playing in that third position. So we're always punching above our weight. So I can't ever see us being ahead of Chelsea in any way, shape or form. But based on form and some of our very good players, if they can stay, then hopefully we can start mounting a challenge next season. But I've said it all my life, so I don't expect anything to change.
Fair enough. Yeah. You know what? I've just thought of a question on the spot right now. I'm going to ask you all. Who do you think's been the signing of the season?
Ooh.
Louise, I can start. I'll start with you.
I'll go Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Ronaldo. That's I actually think it's a decent signing. Yeah. And like you said, it's for your face.
You want to say Conor Gallagher, or you want to say Elise?
So can you put Conor Gallagher on his loan?
Still, it's a transfer kind of.
It's
a signing. He is a signing.
He has been a good signing.
It's a signing.
You have to give back.
In about 2 weeks.
You know what? I think because there's been Aaron Ramsdale has been a good signing. There's been Luis Diaz at Liverpool, which has been ridiculous. Like one of the best players at Liverpool right now in his prime, like form-wise and stuff. Like that.
On bet question, that was the most disappointing signing because you've got like Grealish for 100 million, Lukaku for 100 million. Is that the more kind of who's been the worst?
I think. Abby, do you want to go first? You go.
I would say Grealish. I think he's so disappointing. I think how he played in the England squad, there were big things. Everyone was excited.
Yeah.
He was like on it. What has happened? Is it because he's changed his hair? I don't know. It's just like all drained
It
out.
just looks like he's gone from Boohoo to Gucci.
Yeah.
And that's about the strength of Grealish's season.
It's like
He's competing with like 10 very good creative midfielders at Man City. Like he's wasted his talent, but he's probably got another 5 million quid in his bank per year. So
is it
what's
really
more
affecting
important?
him? That's like,
Yeah.
But then look at Lukaku. You can't. I don't. That is absolutely dreadful.
Maybe it's just the style of play.
I think Lukaku's a big shot, but I'd also say Sancho in a sense that he's come from Dortmund, 73 mil, not lived up to expectation.
He's on the bench, isn't he? Most of the season.
His name's called Benjamin, but
yeah.
it's unfortunate. But yeah, I think Sancho's been a disappointment. Lukaku's been a disappointment. Grealish, you could say, has been unfair because he's only been a season and he's got better players. I wouldn't say better players, just players in front of him: Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, Jesus.
Why are they buying him?
That's the thing. That is very questionable. Why would you buy a player 100 million?
The English tax really added extra money onto that. And then I think also his style of play, all his life, he's just been the main man. He's been everyone. He's just been beating everyone on the ball. And everyone give the ball to Jack Grealish.
Big fish, small pond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas I see totally different now. He's just
In the background.
yeah.
Well, that's it for all the questions. Thank you, everyone, for sending your questions. Thank you, panel, for your great answers and input. So now we've got competition for these. They're very nice, like Cesc Fàbregas boots. So if you want to have a chance to win these Fàbregas boots, DM us at Centre Circle and answer the following question: how many clubs has Fàbregas played for in the Premier League? How many clubs has Fàbregas played for in the Premier League? So let's move on to our last part of the podcast, and it's going to be our very own quiz. So you're all going to take part. So the name of the quiz is called 30 Seconds. So the aim of the game is you have to all name as many players as you can from your respective clubs. For example, Abby, Man United; Alex, Palace; Simon, Spurs; and Louise, Chelsea. So you, whoever can name the most players in 30 seconds will be the winner.
Are you going to tally it up? Or do you want me to tally up for
yeah, if you, that'd be great. That'd be
And
great.
then someone tally it for me.
Yeah, cool. So Louise, would you like to go first?
Happy.
Abby?
Past and present players as well.
No, it's just current.
Just present.
Yeah, current players. So Abby, let me get a stopwatch for you quickly. So it's 30 seconds to name as many Man United players, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
De Gea, Matic, Fred, Wan-Bissaka. We got Maguire, Ronaldo. I can say Marcus Rashford.
10 seconds there.
I knew I could do this. I knew I would do it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up.
It doesn't matter.
Cool.
Do you know I saw him at the petrol station once? I was so excited.
Why?
Because he forgot his coffee. I could have given his coffee.
We could have been a coffee club.
Oh, nice. Well, I've got 7.
So how many did Abby?
Abby got 7.
Abby got 7. So you have to name as many players. You have to beat 7. Yeah. Have a chance to Easy. Alright. Ready?
Of course.
3, 2, 1, go.
Vicente Guaita, Mark Gurley, Joachim Anderson, Joel Ward, Tyreek Mitchell, Conor Gallagher, Eze, MacArthur, Eze, Elise, Zaha, Benteke, JP Mateta, Stephen Henderson, Jack Butland,
3,
Nathaniel Klein,
2, 1.
You
Time.
got
You just got the last one.
16.
Nice.
16.
Oh, that's
Nice.
very
I just remembered 2 more. Come on.
Right, ready, Simon?
yeah, go on.
No pressure. Ready? 3,
Absolutely no
2.
pressure.
So Spurs player, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Loris, Galini, Austin, Romero, Doherty, Romero, Emerson, Dyer, Sanchez, Ben Davies, Ryan Sessegnon. Then we got Højbjerg, Bentancur, Winks, Skip, Kulusevski, Son, Kane, Christian Eriksen.
No. Time is up. Time is up. Cool. How many was that?
12.
17.
Quality. So, Louise, no pressure.
No, not at all.
17. You have to get 17 players or more to beat Simon.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Mendy, Kepa, Alonso, Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Christensen, Chilwell, James, Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, Kovacic, Jorginho, Werner, Lukaku, Trevor Chalobah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Callum Hudson-Odoi. You've ruined it. And Ziyech. Damn it.
0. Time is up.
Ooh.
It's your it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Just won your competition. Thank you. Mic drop.
I think you should have a go.
Shall I have a go?
Yeah.
No, I just won.
This is just for fun.
I'll count because I don't trust the
1. You got 1.
I'll be revising myself. Okay, good. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So Ramsdale, Leno, Tomiyasu, Cedric, Gabriel, Ben White, Tierney, Partey, El Neni, Xhaka, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Lacazette, Nketiah, Pepe, Amari Hutchinson.
10 seconds.
5. Annoying when someone speaks in
Yeah.
2, 1.
Saliba. No, that doesn't count. How many did I get?
You did well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So the winner of our 30-second challenge is Louise. Hello everyone.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for having me.
that is the end of the quiz and that is the end of the podcast. I'd like to thank Abby, Alex, Simon, Louise for jumping on the podcast and being a part of the panel. If you enjoyed the podcast, everyone, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Oh, do you want to give us a little plug?
If it's possible, it's
Can we
a
have
big
a camera
platform.
on Simon, please?
Yep, big platform.
ahead.
Yeah, thank you. That's very
Yeah.
kind of you. So it's a betting syndicate. It's called Super Bets. Feel free to get involved in the podcast at Super Bets, just simply Super Bets. And yeah, it's £2 weekly. Chances to win big prizes. The big prizes is money.
Chances you get that money are very slim.
We normally have 1 or 2 winners.
Regular updates?
Regular updates. Lots of big players. So Louise is part of it. Abby's part of it. Myself. All the big players around Lescott. So yeah, have a look on there. £2 a week.
When the fun stops.
The fun never stops.
That's cool. And let's hit the whistle. That's full time. Thank you guys for watching and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.